This is a Blackheart, but it's not the one we're drawing today. This is... The pose looks something like this. Like and subscribe and comment below. So Blackheart is someone I've known for a long time. Probably nearly 15 years at this point. We met when we were both going to a Job Corps facility down in Texas, and discovered at the time that we were both playing Final Fantasy XI, and even by happenstance just happened to be on the same server, Stormer. These days we're both on the same server, Stormer still, in Final Fantasy XIV. When he submitted his character and I saw it was in the list, I was excited to do a drawing for the channel. Because what do you love about this game? And Blackheart's response is everything, from the scenery and music and battles and story. There's so much to discover, and there's mysteries too. Playing with good friends and having a good time is the best part of the game. Blackheart, I'll add, is the one who he introduced me to Palace of the Dead, and he likes to help people a lot as well. What was the inspiration for your character? Did you carefully plan your character, or did you make it in the moment? It's hard to really determine how I came up with the character. Even while playing Final Fantasy XI, the name was at first just something to get me into the game. 14 is nice because you got a first name and a last name. 11 was not that way. You just had your character name, and most MMOs are like that. And so you try the one you thought was cool, and then you try another one, and after all of them, it's like, all right, what am I actually going to be called? And so Blackheart was the name that he finally landed on. What makes this character memorable or special to you? It's one of the most known characters to me and my close friends. Not to mention, I just like the pose that I submitted. By now you will have noticed that the pose does not match what is actually being drawn. Let's talk about why. It's something to remember before you submit your character. When people submit characters for drawing, submit these screenshots of really cool poses, but then they'll be like, well, I would like the character doing this, and the pose doesn't line up with the scene that's being asked for. And so I was like, hey, because we are on the same Discord server, here's kind of what I'm thinking, here's what you asked for, how does this sound? And he's like, oh, that sounds cool. So as you've had time to play the character, what is it that keeps you playing this character, as opposed to playing some other game? And he says, over the passage of time, the name has become rememberable to those who I have grown close to. And to even some who I'd forgotten, I was able to reconnect with. It's these connections along with the stories I write with the character that allows me to connect to him personally, as well as to keep his story growing. What is your all-time favorite memory of playing this character? Clearing a primal fight that just released without any guide. This was one. If selected, what would you like this character to be drawn doing? The pose, sitting under a sakura blossom tree, looking out into the distance. What you can see here, I kind of went with a split panel, where on one we've got a close-up of the face, and the other we've got like a back view, but focusing on the cherry blossoms. If the character is still active, what do you hope to achieve in the future? And so being able to include friends in his stories along the way is really important to him. This is Blackheart.